Just look at this mess. I can't believe it. It's no wonder I couldn't find anything. Let me show you. So it's time to clean this up. I tell you what, it's been a long 6 weeks. This is what's left of my final day push to get Rusty's new owner, Richard, on the road and going. Through a series of scheduling changes and various things, the pickup date got moved up about 6 weeks, and that made it pretty difficult with Idaho weather the way it is, especially in the springtime, to do a lot of the outside work. It turns out you absolutely cannot do vinyl in the wind. You can't do vinyl wrap in the wind, okay? It does not work. You cannot do it. And of course, it's probably been one of the rainiest periods I can remember, this time of the year in a long time. I mean, my grass is growing like crazy because of all the rain we've had, and cold weather, less than 50 degrees a lot of days, windy, nasty. And so yeah, it was quite a challenge, but I think I got him on the road. It wasn't perfect. I'm not happy with it. If I had 3 more good days, and here we are, Monday, and the weather's perfect, right? This would be the perfect kind of day that you could do the kind of work we were trying to do. Well, all that said, I've been reflecting quite a bit over the last 6 weeks or so about my history with Rusty, as I called him, my 2004 Newmar Dutch Star. We had a lot of adventures together. I did some quick stats here, and what I am going to mention is that I do have in the works a retrospective of 3,686 days. That's how many days I was in possession of Rusty, my 2004 Newmar Dutch Star, before I sold him and handed him over to the new owner. That tallies up to 10 years, 1 month, and 4 days. Or if you rather, 88,464 hours. How about 5,307,840 minutes? Or 318,470,400 seconds. Over my time with him, we drove 73,848 miles. We used 8,973 gallons of diesel at a cost of around $15,577. My average cost per gallon over the whole 10 years was $3.02. And I used 661 gallons of propane. So that's sort of some numbers I've been putting together for this video I've got coming up real soon. Anyway, kind of fun. I was going to keep this hose, but it is dented and bent and going in the trash. I should probably take it out and put it in the trash right now. That's on the curb. I mean, here it is 9 o'clock, and it's already almost 60 degrees here in the garage, and that's unusual because, man, I haven't had it that warm without running heat for quite a while. It's been a challenge. But I think I need to clean my workbench off because I need the counter space to be able to sort stuff. Let's move over there. Wow, what a mess. Man, I'm telling you, it was run for the last 6 weeks. And I have tools and stuff out everywhere. I think I probably need to get a paint box, and I think I'll use this one right here. All right, I'll tell you what, this rattle can paint I will never use again. That has been the most difficult stuff to work with. This is a mix of both the clear and the color. And I mean, it turned out in some cases okay. We never did get the color match perfect. We got close, but no cigar. And once you laid this down, and if it's set up basically overnight, you could not add any more paint to it. I had a mistake where I didn't record any of it because I was too involved in trying to get it fixed. Towards the end of this project, I kind of got crushed for time. And as you've probably heard me say, if you follow my channel, when you try to do recording and the project, it adds anywhere from 30 to 50% of the time in dealing with cameras. And as I've discovered as I've been going through my footage now, lots of missed things, lots of just stuff that's going to take me forever to get fixed and cleaned up so that I can present it to you. But we'll get there eventually, you know, I mean, it is what it is. So I will not use this again. On the beige I painted, I clogged 3 nozzles. And it would spray good for 2 or 3, well, not even 2 or 3 minutes. I would say maybe 30, 40 seconds. And then it would just start sputtering. I think probably what it was the flake. The metal flake in that paint was too big and it kept clogging these nozzles. And usually you can flip these cans upside down and spray them and it'll spray straight solvent. But in this particular case, even that wouldn't clear these out. So I'm not real impressed with this SEM custom fill paint. I'll never use it again. Next time I need to paint something like that, I'm going to go with base and clear coat. I went with this because I don't have a compressor big enough to drive my air gun wherever it ended up. It was out here at some point in time during the last 6 weeks, but I was hung up because I didn't buy a compressor. I needed a bigger compressor, and I just didn't want to go to the expense of buying a huge compressor just for one project. Of course, yeah, I could have used it in other things for sure, and now in retrospect, I should have just bit the bullet and went and bought it, because by the time I dinked around with this paint, I've got probably 5 cans that I don't know what I'm going to do with. It doesn't match anything, and they don't even match themselves because they've all been different mixed to try to match what was there. It was a nightmare, trust me, to match that paint. I had painted before, and I used the Sherwin-Williams, which is what the paint was that's on it, not house paint. Sherwin-Williams also has an automotive coatings division. And so it was Sherwin-Williams paint they used on it originally. And as I said, I had used Sherwin-Williams before in some other work I had done to it. I did the mirrors, I painted the mirrors and cleared them, and I painted the cowlings on the ACs. I noticed it was starting to get a little thin, but up there in the sun for 7 years, I'm not surprised. But yeah, this paint is not going to get on my tool list again. Oh, and another thing, I ate more fast food in the last not really 6 weeks, but in the last 3 weeks, I have eaten more fast food than I ate in the last 3 years. It's just been run, and I am exhausted. But I'm the kind of guy that cleans up at the end of every day. That's the way I was taught. I've worked in shops before, and you might have a bit of a mess out, while you're working during the day, but at the end of your shift, you clean up. But for the last 2 weeks, it was like, no way, I just threw shit wherever it went, which was not good. Throw it in here for now. I won't worry about sorting it. But I do need to get some music going. So that was 5 weeks work in about 3.5 minutes. I did about 14 projects during that time period for Rick on Rusty and his Jeep Gladiator, 2022 Jeep Gladiator that we got ready to tow 4 down. Put in the new floor, did a bunch of exterior paint repair. As I got towards the end of my time working on the RV, I was running out of time. In some cases, I didn't get video on some stuff, and I'll work through it, but it's just a drag that I got so crushed for time towards the end that I wasn't recording a lot of stuff, and then the stuff that I was recording, I missed shots or the camera angle wasn't right. It's just, it is what it is, right? I'll make it work. With that said, you might notice something different. The garage is at least getting somewhat cleaner, and again, if you follow my channel, you might recognize this chair. This was the original lounge chair. I don't know what you would call it, but we replaced that chair and the couch, and so I kept this. The couch is actually sitting out back under a tarp. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. It's 7 foot long. I've got plans to rebuild the patio and do a bunch of stuff here and take all of this off because this is all just completely rotten. It was not built correctly. It's not structured correctly. It's sagging right here. I don't think you can see it. It's probably not in frame. I'll stand up and show you. So if you look right here, you can see this is sagging, and what the problem is that the span is too wide and there's too much weight up there, and probably they had a couple good snow years. I imagine this has been on here for quite a while. So it's going to have to get repaired. Well, I'm going to reframe that wall so that it's structured properly, and I'm going to put a good size header up there. So I'll have to build a sill in here. I need to do something with the ground because the ground is actually over here too, and it's exposed. They covered it with concrete. It's buried right here. The other problem I have is this thing right here is sloped. And so I got to come in here, I'm going to saw cut and then pour a little 2.5 inch high stem wall. So I've got something to build from and get it nice and level and flat. And while I'm looking forward, I've got the truck camper. I'm going to be starting on it tomorrow. I'm going to do some more demolition on the front, get the rest of the rotten wood out of it, and get started on rebuilding that, start to get a material list together. I've got some plywood and stuff that I bought before lumber got really expensive. So I'll be able to do some work. I'm sure to have to buy some lumber. Unfortunately, lumber prices are coming down a little bit. It's still $6.60 for a frickin' 2x4. But, you know, what are you going to do? So I hope you like this blog style video. If you did, give me that thumbs up. I always appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Ring the notification bell. I've got a lot of great videos still to come. Like I say, I'll be working on the truck camper. I have like 5 or 6 videos working on the Dutch Star and the Jeep Gladiator to put together over the next 6 or 8 weeks or so. Plus, I'll keep doing this blog style video once, maybe twice a month. It depends on how I feel. I know people like them and they like to keep up with me. And I try to keep things pretty compartmentalized, although the channel is pretty broad and you're going to get to see just about anything. I tend to try to keep them together. So like on Tuesday nights for the live stream, that's all about RVing. And remember, that's at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You can join us live here on YouTube. Ask any RV related question. Usually we'll know the answer between the group of us that are on the stream usually every week. You know, the guys like Tim and Tom and some of those guys have been RVing a long time like I have. And if we don't know the answer, then I write it down and do some research on it and come back to you on the next Tuesday night with an answer. So it's really fun. I think you'll enjoy it. So check it out. That's Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time here on YouTube on my channel. And the way to get notified about that is to ring the notification bell when you hit the subscribe button. If you look right next to it, there's a little bell there. Just click that. That'll turn on notifications. And then YouTube will let you know about 30 minutes before the stream starts that there's a stream upcoming. And you can jump on and join us. We have a really good time, I think. So I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I sure do appreciate it. We'll catch you in a couple of weeks with another blog update about what's been going on. But until then, peace.